to yet another premium spirits review, social distancing edition. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E., joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
the socially distanced Tony fucking G.
Like, share, subscribe, folks. And we are joined by the one, the only, the master of Big Bucket Entertainment and the co-star of the Dog and Chicken Show, Chicken. Welcome.
Big Bucket Chicken. Check us out. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. And social distancing a whole state away.
Hey, we're doing it proper.
Hey, before you get into it, let's. What are we doing here?
This evening,
Easy.
He's
we
excited.
are reviewing the excellent Bookers Bourbon. This is the kitchen table batch. They put kind of unique names to all of their batches. Like there's the backyard barbecue batch. There's the batches for each individual, like different employees that work there. This one is the kitchen table batch because it basically the guy that blends this and the guy that makes this, the master distiller, the kitchen table was where his dad would pick out all the best whiskeys, and so this whiskey made him think of that. So now, I thought that was kind of an interesting backstory.
I do want to inject a little bit here that I wish we would have gotten the batch that we tried, because the first time that you and I got to sample Booker's was in the Omaha airport on our way to Houston for the Royal Rumble. We didn't get to do a review, although in hindsight, we should have just handed a phone to the bartender and said, hey, record us for like 3 minutes. That's all we need. But I wish we would have paid a little bit closer attention to which batch we tried there, and I'm eager to see how it stacks up to that. Now, Chicken, are you at all familiar with this brand, anything? Have you had Booker's?
I had a little taste the last time I was down there with you guys. We didn't do an official review, but Phil did share some with me. So I am familiar with what we're drinking tonight.
Okay.
And also, so we could, in anticipation of being able to do this review, I sent a little bit up with Chicken in a little 50 milliliter bottle, so he could join us in this review when I did eventually get around to it.
Okay.
I had other plans for it, didn't quite get around to it. Life got a little hectic, and
So he does have the same batch.
Yes, he's got.
That we have tonight.
He has 50 milliliters of this bottle in his cup right now with us. So
now, is there anything we need to know about the brand before we dive into this?
Booker's is a very rare bourbon to get your hands on. They come in very small batches. This is associated with the Jim Beam Corporation, I believe.
Okay.
Let me see. But Booker's is basically a relative of the main Beam family. And this is
like Booker
that
Beam.
family's kind of, I wouldn't say experimental, but like very traditional mash builds and very high proofs. This one is 64% alcohol by volume, 128 proof. It was aged 6 years, 8 months, 7 days. And usually for bourbon, unless you have a really, really good master distiller and a really good coopers and somebody that watches the warehouse, you really can't age bourbon over 10 years. Otherwise, it's just all going to taste like wood. If you get bourbon that's aged over that, that's why the Pappies and such hold such a high premium.
Sure. 64% ABV.
Yeah, it's fiery if I remember. So, gentlemen, let's all get a nose for the marvelous Bookers. Woo! Yep, there's some alcohol there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely super strong. But I do like have a smell of caramel in there, and even that wood barrel that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely get the wood. Don't. For those of you wanting to nose
this is like science class. You need to do that.
Yes.
Yes. Follow along with us. For those at home that happen to have some Bookers, follow along.
Don't do what I just did and shove your nose in this and leave it there.
But we're also doing this. I mean, how rude of me. We're doing this for an occasion.
Yes.
Happy birthday,
Yes.
Tony G.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Chicken, would you like to extend some birthday wishes Tony G's way?
Oh, absolutely. Forever 29 together. The summer birthdays are always the best birthdays and never growing old in each other's hearts. Okay, happy birthday, big guy.
Thank you. And recently right back at you. 29 forever, indeed.
Damn right.
Yeah, I can't disagree.
Oh my God, that's too funny. But
that wood scent is really all I'm getting. I'm not getting the caramel like you did, but
I'm getting a spice.
I was gonna say if I got any spice,
Definitely spice.
it would be a cinnamon, and it's subtle.
The problem is there's a lot of ethanol you got to work through
Yeah.
to get there because it's very high proof.
Yeah.
So now, gentlemen, when we sample this, we're going to grade it on 4 different scales: as a bourbon, as a whiskey, as a brown spirit, and it's shelving.
So
5-star scales.
Yep. Keep that in mind when we do it.
All right.
I'm
so
eager to give this another shot. So
let's, gentlemen.
Cheers,
down the
fellas.
hatch. Woo! Ah.
there it is.
Yep. Takes a second.
Man.
No.
Wow. That is
So as strong as the smell is, going down, the burn isn't as bad as you think it's going to be.
Yep.
You have it in your mouth. You get that mouthwash kind of burn a little bit.
Yep.
But going down, it's actually pretty smooth. Like my belly's not warm. I don't feel like you get those queasies when you have some bad whiskeys or bad bourbons that are just too strong and overproofed. I didn't get that with this. I love how it kind of sits, but now I'm getting that aftertaste. And now I'm starting to taste everything that I thought I was smelling. I kind of get the spice you were talking about, a little bit of that cinnamon and a little bit of that caramel and that wood. Like now it's coming out after the burn's gone in my
Almost
mouth.
toasted marshmallows.
Yeah, I was thinking toasted as well. But like you said, it leaves the nose is so intense in an alcohol smell. The taste, you get it. It's a hot, but yeah, like you said, when it goes down your throat, it's very smooth. For as strong as this is, it goes down very smooth, but it does finish with a moist palate.
The burn is all in your mouth.
Yes.
Which you're right. When you would expect it to go, but boy, this would be just about the best cold winter drink you could ever imagine. I mean, this would warm you right up.
Yeah, this is one I'm reaching for if there's snow on the ground and I'm outside by choice.
Yeah.
Or you live where I do.
Or yes.
Yeah,
I would say you're in the middle of we're in beginning of July.
I'm in fucking Canada. This would be
beginning of July. You're probably due for snow anytime. So.
But yeah, this is powerful stuff. Not the easiest to get your hands on. Yeah, now that I've had a palate of it, it's gone down. Now you can smell it a lot easier.
Yeah, I get that caramel on the front a lot more now. And that toasted, like you said.
It's not like a full toasted marshmallow, but if you just were to like overburn a marshmallow and you peel just that part off.
Yeah, just like that little carbon burn on the outside.
Yeah. And that's what I'm getting from the cask, I imagine.
And that's really about the best endorsement you can give to a bourbon. You're getting sweetness, but you're getting a burn, which a good bourbon kind of hits on both of those fronts.
Interesting. So, gentlemen, we are about to rank.
Okay.
5-star scale as a bourbon. Tony G? This is a toughie.
I'm not a large connoisseur of bourbon because I feel like a lot of them fall into that economy category, your Jack Daniels, your Jim Beam, and this is definitely not in that wheelhouse. As far as bourbon goes, I want something. I know I'm drinking alcohol. You get that smell, you get that taste with it, and you definitely have that on this front. Bourbon needs to stand out from other types of whiskey for me, from Canadian, from Irish, from Scotch, and this does that. So, in that regard, I'm going to give this a 4-star on a bourbon scale.
Chicken.
So I like literally I'm just kind of playing with it right now. I just lit up a cigarette. I put 2 ice cubes in here because I like my bourbon on ice. To give it a true bourbon scale, like as just doing it neat like that. It was pretty goddamn good. I'm not gonna lie. Let me try this real quick.
Okay.
Beautiful. 4.25.
Really?
4.25. What
Drop 2 cubes of ice in there.
with the ice? What are you getting any different expressions?
Well, it kills the burn. The burn in your mouth, and then lighten the smoke with it. I'm like, what would I do if I was going to drink a bourbon, either straight or neat? Usually, I would be sitting on a patio chair, having a cigarette, and throw a ice cube in it, and I don't know. Neat, I'd give it a 4. Drop an ice cube or 2 in there, I'm going 4.25. It really smooths it out, kills some of that burn in your mouth that might be displeasing to some people, and makes it, like, honestly, it opens it up quite a bit.
Okay.
Interesting. I will keep that in mind. Me, personally, as a bourbon, I'm going to stay pretty strict to 4. Now, maybe it's because I haven't opened it up, but I will get to that a little later. So 4 stars as a bourbon.
Okay.
Excellent. As a whiskey, this is going up against the whole world of whiskey, all the scotches, all the bourbons, all the Canadian whiskeys, what have you. Tony G.
The
birthday boy.
I think that this has an impressive of enough ABV and proof. Its color is beautiful. Its nose, yes, I love the color of this. Love the color of this. Man, for being as strong as it is, for the color, for the nose, for the taste, I think this hits in all the right places. Just because it's such a good bourbon, and putting it up against all the Irishes and Scotches that I hold so near and dear, I think this kind of holds its own, and I'm going to give this it a 4 on a whiskey, honestly. I think that if I'm going for a bourbon, there's only a couple brands, and I'm gonna drop some cash on it. If I'm going for a bourbon, I know what I want, and this is in that wheelhouse. I will give this a 4 on a whiskey.
Chicken.
I don't stray too far from that thought. When I think of rating something on a whiskey scale, it's I have somebody over, hey, let's have a drink, and you get a wide variety at that point. Now, is this something that I would grab right away and recommend to somebody visiting my house? Possibly, depending on their taste. But this is something you can cocktail. Like, you could make a really good old-fashioned out of this. Like, an old-fashioned made out of this would be fantastic. So you can cocktail a little bit with this, doing it neat. This is a good entertainer for a guest. I'm not sure, you compare it to everything that, especially what you guys have done and have, broadcasted on here and things that I've tried with you. I don't know if I'd give it a 4 or 4.25. I'd say a 3.75. It's high on my rating. I think there's other ones that people would reach out and want to try. When you put it on that scale, that's a wide variety of things. I think it's high in the middle of the pack.
Okay, that's fair.
I have to agree with Chicken on this one. This is a 3.75 whiskey.
Okay.
Excellent whiskey, but when you're going up against such a wide range in this world, the fact that it scores 3.75 and 4 with you really is a testament to how good this is.
Sure.
As a bourbon, as a whiskey. Now we move on to the world of brown spirits.
Yeah.
So now this includes all the whiskeys, and now we're even throwing in rums, brandies, cognacs, armagnacs, all of the world of brown spirits, and even a couple of reposado tequilas, depending on how well they're aged. So, how would you stack this up? And also keeping in mind, would you mix it? Sounds like Chicken's already well down that road.
Yeah, he
I
kind
may
of
jumped the gun there a little bit, but
No, he touched on something I think is important. This would be, what does this retail at?
$70.
Okay, $70. Pretty spendy for a bourbon, comparatively speaking. You can get a liter 7.5 of bourbon for $40.
You can get I mean, you can even just get basic Jim Beam for like $29.
It's not.
It's not going to be this good.
No, it's not going to be anywhere close to this good. I think that's what plays into factor here. If you want to mix something and you just want to have drink after drink after drink, you can do a lot better in terms of quantity. In terms of a quality drink on a brown spirit scale, this is one you're going to want to reach for. This is one you would actually want to cocktail with if your budget allows you to do that with a $70 bottle of bourbon. I can understand if it doesn't, and I can understand if you want it on ice or neat, because it goes well both ways, as we've learned here tonight. But I think this would make an excellent cocktail, and because of that, I'm going to give this a 3.75 on a brown scale.
Chicken, what would you give this on a brown spirit scale, sir?
So Tony made really good points there, because when you think of brown spirits, the wide variety that we mentioned there, Tony's absolutely right. Like most people, when you think of mixing and just regular brown spirits, you can get some bullet bourbon for $25 and make some really good cocktails with it.
Yep.
This is great for a high-end cocktail. So it really depends on your audience. Now, for me, most of the time, I'm not going to be using something like this for, say, you two come to visit. Sure, I'll bust out something like this. But for just everyday regular Joes that don't have appreciation for it, probably not. So
Sure.
Just for, I don't know, maybe snobbery, maybe I'll give it the 3.75, because I think it's worthy of a higher rating, because it is more for somebody who's going to appreciate it. So I agree. It deserves a higher rating. It's not going to be used as often, though.
Sure.
Yeah. Now, you know how I've said in certain bourbon reviews that if you were to add just a small spritz of chili vodka to this and add that extra little kick and spice to it, and then mix it with, like, say, a root beer or a cola or whatever kind of mix, this already has it. This already has that kick.
Yep.
It already has that kind of spice, that extra whatever. So I'm going to disagree with you guys a little bit, and I'm going to give this 4 stars as a brown spirit, the infamously hard to please Phil K.O.E. I really like this Bookers Bourbon, and I've mixed it before. As you can see, I have enjoyed it. It's very rare, and Chicken's he's emptying off his bottle. It's rare that I actually polish off a bottle. It takes me quite a bit of time, but that one I'm chomping right through. Now, shelving, gentlemen. The top, middle, or bottom shelf.
Go ahead, Chicken.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I want to hear this.
I don't have, other than I got that one single barrel gold edition of Jack Daniels that I do a top shelf with.
Okay.
That's the only thing close to this. And that one's super smooth. That's one of my favorite. This is top shelf for me. Like in bourbons, it's hard to get a bourbon on top shelf. I really think it is. I think this deserves, if not top, at least you got to be considering it. But to me, for what I have, top shelf.
Go ahead, Phil.
I pulled this down off my top shelf to do another review, and that's where it's going back when I'm done with this review. So if that tells you anything.
That's simple.
And that's basically the only bourbon that's currently on my top shelf that isn't made by Buffalo Trace. So
fair.
That's quite an endorsement, because I'm kind of a fanboy of brands, if you haven't been able to tell too.
Shelving. I really like Breckenridge bourbon. That was one that I picked up in Houston, and I was pretty happy with it. Really like that. Really like that Blanton's. Really like that a lot. That Breckenridge is on my middle shelf. If I had a bottle of Blanton's, it would be on my top shelf. If I'm going to seek out a bottle of bourbon that isn't Blanton's or isn't that Breckenridge, it's going to be this, and it's no question for me. Yeah, 1 or 2 bourbons that would go on the top shelf, this and Blanton's. This is a top shelf bourbon for me.
So we're all pretty universal in our interpretations here, folks. Top shelf bourbon, and this one does, like, the longer I've left it in the glass, just opens up more.
Yes.
And you're getting more sense. This is one that you do just leave in the glass, and if you're just like, say you're typing on the computer throughout the night, you come back to it throughout the evening, that's perfect for this.
Let it breathe.
This is a thinking man's whiskey, if you will. Or a thinking woman's whiskey.
Writer's bourbon.
Yeah.
Unless you're me, then you just drink.
Well, there's that option too.
Yeah.
So, this is an excellent bourbon. I'm definitely going to seek out another bottle of Bookers when this one, sadly, eventually is gone. So, I'm going to definitely keep a bottle of Bookers handy in the future. With this exploration, I'm finding bottles that I think when that one's gone, I'll probably just let it go. This one, I'm going to definitely get another one. And Bookers is a permanent part of my rotation now. So, Chicken, any other notes you'd like to tell the great and vast KOE Nation?
No, I would say happy birthday, Tony. Hope you enjoy it. Good luck with the new children on the way.
Thank you.
Check us out at Big Bucket Entertainment, of course, and we are switching. COVID Chronicles has come to an end, so now we're going to Thirsty Thursdays. So every Thursday night, tune in, live show.
All right, so regardless whether it's COVID Chronicles or Thirsty Thursday, it's where you go to get all of your KOE content. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's where you go to get all of the varying happenings of the life of Tony G and the ever-growing G family, where you can get all of the KOE Nation's varying happenings. And then, of course, head on over to Big Buckin' Entertainment, Big Buckin' or Dog and Chicken Show on YouTube. I mean, come on, folks. Like, that's all you have to do to keep up with these gorgeous mugs. I mean, we are literally the 3 stooges of intelligence over here.
That's fair.
And that's all you got to do. Fair. Like, of intelligent discourse, you got the 3 stooges here of that. That's all you got to do. It's basically the best deal ever.
It doesn't hurt that it's an election year. You want to see me and Phil argue? God, it's going to get heated soon.
Oh, chicken.
Plenty of that to come.
This is going to be fun. So, the election cometh. So, Tony, anything you'd like to say, birthday boy?
No, I'm good. This is a great one. Pick it up if you can.
Damn right. Good stuff.
As I'm known to say around here. All that being said, this has been our birthday review of Bookers Bourbon. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. Your king of extreme, Phil K.O.E., signing off and handing it off to my indomitable broadcast partners. Chicken.
Hey, appreciate you. Love you. Bye.
And the birthday boy, Tony fucking G.
Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Cheers, folks.